Hello. This has been a very different year for the Florida Anthropological Society, and well, really everyone, given the global pandemic. We first postponed and then had to cancel outright the 2020 annual meeting, which means not only did we not get together to share in scholarship and friendship, but we were also unable to honor some great people for their service to FAS and to Florida archaeology at large. The boards of the Florida Archaeological Council and the Florida Anthropological Society have decided to honor these individuals with a video presentation, at least for now. I'll start by passing it over to Remy Goujon to honor the recipients of the John W. Griffin Student Grant and the Stewards of Heritage Awards.
The Florida Archaeological Council is the professional organization in the state of Florida. We represent the shared interests of cultural resource specialists across the state and support other organizations in Florida. One way the FAC promotes the profession of archaeology is through the John W. Griffin Award. The Griffin Award assists graduate students conducting archaeological research in Florida with awards of up to $1,500. This year, the 2020 John W. Griffin Award includes a year's membership in the FAC. This year, we are proud to make two awards. The first award goes to Christopher Hunt, a doctoral student at the University of South Florida. This is in support of his project, Old St. Joseph Archaeology. The city of St. Joseph was an important but short-lived port city dating from 1836 to 1842. Chris's project seeks to use remote sensing and fieldwork coupled with archival research to understand why Old St. Joseph collapsed in the face of economic, environmental, and public health disasters, even as nearby towns like Apalachicola survived. It's a story of resilience and risk with obvious parallels to present-day Floridians. Congratulations, Christopher. The second John W. Griffin Award for 2020 goes to Aubrey Farrell, a master's student at Florida State University. Her project is an examination of use, wear, and function of shark teeth from the Shields Mound site in Jacksonville. Aubrey will use the award to gain access to a scanning electron microscope and to conduct residue analyses of materials she hopes to find embedded in the shark's teeth. Aubrey's analysis will fill a gap in our understanding of the uses of shark teeth as tools and ornaments of ritual items in pre-Columbian Florida. Congratulations, Aubrey. 2020 is a Stewards of Heritage year. This is an award given by the Florida Archaeological Council to recognize individuals or groups who have contributed to the preservation of Florida's rich archaeological legacy and resources. This year, we have 4 awardees. The first goes to the Friends of Fish Island. In July 2018, St. Augustine's Fish Island faced imminent development. A group of citizens spoke out at a City of St. Augustine planning and zoning meeting, principally because of the perceived environmental value of the island. Upon learning of the archaeological and historical significance of the island, the Friends of Fish Island undertook a massive effort to move towards permanent preservation. Friends of Fish Island is a loosely formed group of hundreds of individuals who keep in touch through a website and social media. There are no dues, there's no president, just a list of people who care. Friends of Fish Island work closely with the North Florida Land Trust, the Florida Forever Program, and the City of St. Augustine to point the way to preservation. In January 2019, the owner announced their intent to sell the island to North Florida Land Trust. City officials and leaders of the Friends Group attended the cabinet meeting on July 25th, 2019, when Governor DeSantis approved a $6.5 million purchase with Florida Forever funds. The future for Fish Island is bright because of the extraordinary leadership of the Friends of Fish Island. Our second award goes to Chris Nolan. In 2019, Chris Nolan attended an FPAN Cemetery Resource Protection Training Conference in Punta Gorda and was completely bitten by the bug to do all she could to document and record historic cemeteries in the hopes of preserving the past. To date, Chris has monitored 45 historic cemeteries previously listed on the Florida Master Site File and has submitted forms for 41 new listings. And this is dated. This information I have is months old. Who knows how many more she's added now. She has traveled to Lee, Collier, Charlotte, Madison, Martin, Seminole, Orange, DeSoto, and Hillsborough counties in her quest to protect historic cemeteries. Data gaps in recorded historic cemeteries across the state continues to be a major issue. As archaeologists, we know the best way to preserve a cemetery is to record it and make sure impacts to these resources are brought to light. A neglected cemetery is a threatened cemetery. Chris Nolan has volunteered untold hours and has traveled many, many miles to visit previously recorded cemeteries and to list new ones in this important effort of preserving Florida's historic cemeteries. The last two awards go to a dynamic duo I had the pleasure of working with about a decade ago. This award goes to Lynn Kelly and Anne Broadwell. Between 2013 and 2019, Anne Broadwell and Lynn Kelly worked with archaeologists and community members to avoid impacts to North Woodlawn Cemetery, a significant segregation-era African-American cemetery in Fort Lauderdale. Their work went beyond what would normally be expected for Florida Department of Transportation environmental managers. During a project development and environmental study for a section of I-95, it was discovered that marked and unmarked graves from the cemetery were likely within the right-of-way of the highway. Lynn Kelly and Anne Broadwell formed a Cultural Resources Committee for the project to discuss the situation with local community leaders and historians. Members of the CRC were invited to observe remote sensing surveys of the right-of-way to determine the likelihood of additional unmarked graves there. Because of the results of the cultural resources studies and the overwhelming consensus of the local community, Florida Department of Transportation deeded this section of I-95's right-of-way containing graves to the city of Fort Lauderdale. These graves are now protected within the formal boundaries of North Woodlawn Cemetery. Anne Broadwell and Lynn Kelly also worked with CRC members, the city of Fort Lauderdale, and the Florida Division of Historical Resources to have North Woodlawn formally listed on the National Register of Historic Places. This process was finalized in November of 2017. A historical marker was installed during a ceremony attended by the Florida Department of Transportation and city officials and residents in May of 2019.
Each year, the Florida Anthropological Society offers the Dorothy Moore Student Grant to archaeological students currently enrolled at a Florida university, a $500 award to be used to assist with archaeological research in Florida. This year, we are excited to award the grant to John Blackburn, a graduate student at the University of South Florida. John will use the funds to help with research on Czech-stamped pottery and woodland contexts in Northwest Florida. Congratulations, John. The Florida Anthropological Society honors chapter members with certificates of achievements as nominated by the chapters. This year, the Southwest Florida Archaeological Society has requested to honor 2 of its members. The first certificate of achievement is presented to Elizabeth Betsy Perticesi. Betsy joined SWAFIS in 1993 and has served on its board for many years, as well as participated in several salvage excavations by the organization. Betsy and her husband Bill are founding members of the Marco Island Historical Society and became active in the efforts to build the Marco Island Museum. In 1995, she spearheaded the loan of the Key Marco cat to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the 1896 Cushing excavation, and again in 1999 to celebrate the millennium. She is a leader in the local efforts to preserve and interpret local history, serving on the Collier County Historical Archaeological Preservation Board, creating a series of historical pioneer reenactments for the public and schools, and writing 4 award-winning nonfiction books on early pioneer families on Marco Island. Congratulations, Betsy. The second certificate of achievement is presented to Susan Harrington. Susan first worked as a lab rat for SWAFIS at the Craighead Archaeological Laboratory at the Collier County Museum in Naples. She quickly distinguished herself with computer skills and organizational abilities. In 2016, Susan became the SWAFIS secretary and was crucial in creating their website and curating 40 years of newsletters. She continues to serve as an integral role in advertising their programs via email and in the local media, as well as in formatting their newsletters. In 2017, SWAFIS awarded her the Golden Trowel. They are delighted to honor her again this year. Congratulations, Susan. FAS presents the Arthur R. Lee Chapter Award to a chapter to recognize their achievement with archaeological and historical sites and organizations. The 2020 Chapter Award is presented to the Gold Coast Anthropological Broward County Archaeological Society. GCA BCAS has excelled in the following award criteria: salvage of information from doomed sites, including the stabilization of the South Florida Archaeological Collection, a significant multi-site collection originally housed at the former Graves Museum. Collections were sorted and rebagged, and educational displays were constructed from the materials. Outreach programs for the public about archaeology, including many public lectures and workshops, as well as participation in Florida Archaeology Month events, such as ArchaeoFest. They have also hosted a summer camp for children coordinated through the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History in Wellington. Cooperation with archaeological programs of institutions of higher learning and local organizations, such as working with the City of Parkland to educate the public about the Margaret Blunt site. A highlight of this project was the opening of an exhibit titled Expedition Archaeology, the Margaret Blunt Site at the City of Parkland Library. Broward College, the Friends of the Parkland Library, and the Parkland Historical Society were also involved. FAS is proud to present the Chapter Award to the Gold Coast Anthropological Broward County Archaeological Society. Congratulations. The Lazarus Award is designed to recognize members of FAS who exemplify the spirit and accomplishments of William C. Lazarus through their contributions to archaeology, preservation, and/or education, as well as to FAS and the wider community. The nominee must be an FAS member and must not make their living through the practice of archaeology. This year, the Florida Anthropological Society is pleased to honor Charles Charlie Strader as the recipient of the Lazarus Award. Charlie was nominated by SWAFIS, of which he is a longtime member. Charlie earned a degree in applied anthropology in 1977 from the University of South Florida. His involvement in South Florida archaeology started in 1983 when he phoned John Perrault, then president of SWAFIS, to inform him that his property on the Imperial River in Bonita Springs contained an archaeological site. Eventually named the Strader site, the property was the scene of the 1986 excavations by SWAFIS. Throughout the 1980s, Charlie and John recorded over 100 archaeological sites, leading to mapping and excavations at a number of them. Charlie has served in SWAFIS leadership positions for many years, including 19 years as treasurer, a role he still maintains today. He assisted in establishing the SWAFIS Craighead Archaeological Laboratory at the Collier County Museum in Naples, in operation since 1988. He assisted with organizing and hosting 3 FAS conferences in 1990, 2000, and 2010. For many years, the SWAFIS December picnic was held at his home. It was said that if you ever needed a volunteer or a place to fire experimental pottery, then call Charlie, and this is still true today. Charlie has also advocated for historic preservation and education in the community. He has been a longtime member of the Bonita Springs Historical Society, serving as president, a group that has helped preserve over 40 historic sites in the city of Bonita Springs. To date, Charlie's contributions have been recognized with 2 FAS Certificates of Achievement and 2 SWAFIS Golden Trowel Awards. FAS is pleased to honor Charlie with the 2020 Lazarus Award. Congratulations, Charlie. Thanks to everyone for watching and helping us celebrate some fantastic achievements by this great group of people. I look forward to seeing everyone in 2021 at the annual meeting in Sanford, hosted by the Central Florida Anthropological Society. Cheers.